The following is a presentation of the Rowan Television Network.
Good morning, hockey fans. Yes, that is a major good morning here from the ice rinks at Warwick in Warwick, PA. Benny Pinello alongside Cody Decker, Thomas DiNapoli, the producer and cameraman, for this RTN Light broadcast of the final game here in the regional tournament. Cody, right now, of course, Rowan 1 win away from Nationals, Toledo in the same position. But going into this one, this is a game that really intrigues a lot of people.
This is a game that intrigues a lot of people, and really everybody across the eastern seaboard is going to be watching this game and tuning into the tweets and stuff like that. Hopefully they're tuning into us as well. But really, you're talking about two teams. The vibe I've been hearing from some of the other coaches that have been here this week and the coaches of both these teams are actually quite similar as far as the speed game goes. So really, this game is going to come down to a matter of who's going to bring the most energy, who wants it more, who wants the ticket to Utah most, and that's going to be a determination of who's going to win this game today.
Now, contradictory to popular belief, these teams do actually have a history. One game this season, a 6-5 win by Rowan. We'll give you a brief recap of that game all the way back on October 12th at the Mentor Civic Arena for the Mid-Atlantic Showcase. Rowan, during that showcase, faced the best team and arguably one of the best teams in college ACHA hockey. Lindenwood Bellevue 10-0. That was a loss. Dayton they beat 4-2, one of the rivals that Toledo faces consistently, and they beat Toledo 6-5 in overtime. Now, a recap of that game in the first period, it looked like Toledo really took control of things.
Yeah, Toledo really took control. Bourne with a score at 11:44, who's going to be a key player to watch today. We'll get to him in a bit. Toledo coming out to scoring 2 goals in that period by Bourne and Bain, who are the 2 Bs we'll get to in a second. Andrew Doherty scoring in the first period, but Rowan able to use a strong second period. And really this season, Rowan has been a strong second and third period team. Rowan scoring 3 goals in that second period to put it at 4-2. And Bain gets a 10-minute misconduct in that game, which took him out for the rest of the game. That was tough for the Toledo fans, the Toledo players, to lose one of their key players. Rowan does score with Slava Auction in the third period, but Toledo scores 3 unanswered goals in the third. And we said Rowan was a strong team mostly in the third period, but that day, 6 months ago we're talking here, you know, that was a tough period for them. Obviously, Bain and Bourne were in on that play. And then the overtime. Bain gets a 2-minute tripping penalty, opening up the power play for Alec Nikolai. And Alec Nikolai at 3:11 gets a goal. Rowan wins 6-5 in that game. Cody Riley had a strong game. 43 saves on 48 shots.
Yeah, it was a great game for Cody Riley, who had a similar game last night, or yesterday, I should say, making a ton of saves. That was well into the 40s, and really, he needs to do that again tonight. Another takeaway from that game is when Bain wasn't on the ice, Rowan was able to come back and get some momentum, but Toledo was eventually able to get back Bain, and of course, they scored. So maybe it was one of those things where because Bain was off the ice, Rowan was able to get some consistency in their game. We'll see. But heading into some key takeaways from that game, Rowan can hang around with the Rockets, but they'll need some breaks.
Yeah, they definitely need some breaks. This Toledo team is nothing to mess with. They are going to come out. They're going to come out with a lot of energy. They're going to come out and play strong. Like you said, Benny, one of the top teams in ACHA Men's Division II hockey. Rowan cannot take them lightly. This is a strong offensive team. And really, the X factor is going to have to be how Rowan's offense plays against their defense. These guys, some of these Toledo guys seem a little bigger. You know, most of them are a little smaller. They're going to be speed guys. Transition defense is going to be key in this game for Rowan.
Another takeaway was, now, of course, you had 2 players in that game that don't play for Rowan anymore, and really Rowan hasn't technically added anyone since then with the loss of Dalton O'Connor for the season. You're looking at Matt Morelli and Tyler Rogers, who were keys in those games. Matt
Morelli, 2 assists, 2 points in that game. Tyler Rogers with a goal and a point, and really 2 key players, center and a defenseman, who Rowan has now lost. So really they're going to need guys to step up in that third line, most importantly. You know, Toledo's going to see a different look out there. But again, we're talking about a 6-month difference. Rowan is a different team. I'm sure the Toledo team is a different team. Right now, it's just going to come down to 60 minutes of play here today.
Of course, now we go into some key players that will impact this game. And Cody, the first one is an obvious choice.
Alec Nikolai, he's an obvious choice every time. 2 goals, 2 points, and the game winner in the last one against Toledo. Alexander the Great has been one of the top forwards for the Profs, the X factor on that front line. Rob Wilworth has a goal against Toledo. a high-energy guy with no fear. This guy does not take anything from anybody as far as the opposing side goes. This is a guy with a lot of energy, but a lot of heart for the game as well. Really a key player on that second line. He's worked with Alex Polis, Mike McGahee most importantly. If we're going to see the same starting lineup, we're not sure yet. But if we see the same starting lineup, Polis will go in that first line. McGahee and Wilworth are going to have to anchor that second line.
And also really quickly, I want to add that in a game against a speedy team like Toledo, you're going to need a guy that's not afraid to be able to get into those dirty areas and keep him out.
And I see big hits from Rob Wilworth. He's going to have to get, I don't want to say get dirty, but some big hits, some big momentum shifts. That would be key for Rob Wilworth. Final key player of the game, of course, Cody Riley. He's coming off a game against Delaware. 42 saves on 45 shots on goal. And as we said before, 43 saves, 48 shots on goal last time against Toledo. But his defense is going to need to help him out as well. As we talked about all season, the one struggle that Rowan seems to have is on defense, protecting Cody Riley. Cody Riley is not going to be able to handle a barrage of shots that we saw yesterday from Delaware coming from this Toledo team. But Cody Riley is an athletic goalie. We talk about him all the time. Key player. We think he's a snub as far as the MAC Goalkeeper of the Year is concerned. He's truly earning his stripes, so to speak, throughout the season.
Now, of course, we talked about some key players this game. Let's talk about what Rowan is going to need to do to win.
We're going to start out defending the fast break. Rowan allows a ton of fast break opportunities. A lot coming from cherry-picking forwards. They need to clear the zones and stick their man. We talked about the two big names. We'll get to them in just a second, in Bourne and Bain. They really need to stop the fast break. Transition defense, like I said before, is going to be key. The Killer Bees, Bourne and Bain, they combined for 63 goals, 74 assists, and 137 points. The rest of the team has 101 goals scored. No other player within 3 of 20 goals. So, really, it's going to be a matter of a matchup here. You know, Coach Caulfield really doesn't like to talk about matchups. Really, it's Rowan's game plan that he wants to see executed. But as far as Bourne and Bain are concerned, he's got to know that they're on the ice, and he's got to lock them down. And finally, the road to Utah. One more win, and either of these teams punch their plane ticket to Nationals in Salt Lake City, like you said before, Benny. This is what they've been working for. You know, regardless of the games before this, Rowan is in this game for one more win to get to Nationals, and that's really where they want to be.
It's been the most successful season in terms of the history of this Rowan Prof program, and of course now they're one win away from an improbable idea. Starting the season, we all thought, okay, they could eventually maybe make it to the MAC tournament, maybe get a win there. Now we're, of course, in the middle of the season, we were thinking, oh, this is a team that could take the next step. And, of course, we had the tail end of the season where they had a couple of very tough losses, and we thought, man, regionals is not looking good. And, of course, after the MAC tournament, now we're seeing this team is very resilient and can come together and get a string of wins put together very effectively. As the starting lineup is getting set, we're going to take one brief break and come back here to Warwick Ice Arena here in Warwick, PA. With the national anthem and pregame festivities in the books, it's time for the face-off and puck drop here at the Ice Arena in Warwick, PA. Benny Pinella once again alongside Cody Decker, Tom Stanapoli, making the hour 30-minute journey to the beautiful, I should say, surrounding area of Warwick, PA. Of course, a nice facility we have here in the ice arenas of Warwick, PA. Wireless issues aside from yesterday, it really is such a unique facility. Of course, the features of this side of the ice. On the other side of the ice, really quickly, they have a massive scoreboard. That's where Penn State played Ohio University the other night, or no, it was
Liberty in Ohio.
Liberty in Ohio, and it was Penn State and another team. In this arena, we have 7 steel girders that hang from the ceiling, and of course, we saw yesterday that pucks go up there and hit it a lot. And of course, we also have 2 speaker systems that lower as well, and they they definitely sink down lower in the roof at Hollydale, and maybe even challenge the roof at the University of Delaware. Face-off won by the Rockets, and now Rowan trying to clear it out of their own zone, kept in by Bourne. Rowan charts out a starting lineup of Shane Brennan, Alec Polis, Slav Auction, Andrew Doherty, Nick Fowler, and then a goal, Cody Riley. The Rockets starting their 2 killer bees and Brent Bain and Zach Bourne. Dylan Lewis, Ben Kinney, Jordan Jones, and then the goal, Zach Cherney. Of course, the last time Rowan played the University of Toledo, the starting goalie was David Rykoff. Rowan able to put 6 goals on Rykoff, no change. Another key about that last game is they did it on not a significant amount of shots either. It's kind of a game much like yesterday where they were able to get quality shots.
Coach Coffey was talking about that with us on the bus ride home yesterday. Really, it was he'd like to see more shots, but as long as they're quality shots, if they're good shots, you're getting the goalie out of position and defense out of position, that's going to be key.
21 of 27 last time Rowan played Toledo. Shots and saves split. That one sent in, hits the net, and will go out of play. Rockets enter with a record of 21-6-1. 11-4 at home, 10-2-1 on the road. Rowan enters 26-3, considering the MAC results. He had 2 wins and a loss to that. And of course, yesterday he had a 3rd win, so they are 23-7. Most successful season in organization history. Wraparound try shot. That one hits the pole, but it's waved off because the net budged off the moors.
That was very close there. Tough break for Toledo. Really thought they had a goal there, but the net does come off its moorings, budging off just a little bit, the slightest bit it seemed. Tough break for Toledo to get off to a hot start here.
4 officials seeing that one, and it looked like the net may have been off for about 2 minutes. So we'll see. This one brought up by Kaz, kept in by the Rockets, now lugged into the offensive neutral zone by Kaz. Kaz, the freshman of the year for the MAC in terms of defensemen. Winner of the overall award was Felipe Rodriguez for Virginia Tech. Shot knocked away by Cody Riley. Now behind the net, trying to work it out was the Rockets. This one out of the near side corner. Up along the boards to Slav Auction. Alec Polis rips a shot, knocked away. Rebound opportunity for Slav as he laid out every inch of his frame to try and knock that one in. Had the open net, but couldn't make anything of it. Now here comes Toledo. Rip shot, score! Number 14 for the Rockets. Brett Pogorski. His 3rd goal on the season, and that opens this one up to a 1-0 lead for the Rockets.
Coming off a chance for Rowan, the Rockets coming back in transition, coming all the way down the ice. And with the puck, Pogorski just coming down the ice and being able to just slap it past through the 5-hole of Cody Riley. Looks
like a piece of something has fallen onto the ice. It is the padding around the glass. I'll have to put that one on. May have fallen off after a Rowan player smacked it with a stick. So the man, the myth, the legend, Brent Pogorski, only 8 games played this season, 3 goals. So the seldom used Rocket finds a way to punch one through and give Toledo the lead. Of course, last time these 2 teams played, same result, score early. So now Rowan looking to get their second score. Shot that one behind the net. Nikolai from the corner trying to work it out. Now along the boards, kept in by Leshevsky briefly and out of the neutral zone. All the way down, Riley will knock it away. Schickner there. Sends it up for Leshevsky. The neutral zone looking for Nikolai, couldn't find him. Back to the neutral zone. Brian Keller knocks it in. Back to the neutral zone again. The Rockets have it. Now Nikolai has it for the props. Sends it all the way down, so Cheney will have to come out. Fielding at the Rockets now, back to the neutral zone. Rockets trying to capitalize on the fast break, sending a skater now behind the defensive lines as a cherry picker. Here comes Rowan. It'll be Brennan. Dumping it in along the boards. Slav Auction there to try and forecheck, but nothing made out of that. Back to the center. It'll be Fowler. Fowler rips it in. Now to the corner, trying to work it out. Far side to the corner. There's Zach Bourne. Now knocked around to the neutral zone, back to the blue line as the Rockets reset. Along the boards behind the net, Nick Fowler there. Far side, there's Bain. Now Bourne has it. He'll send it back in. Andrew Doherty trying to work it out for the Profs. Back to Fowler. Nikolai. Kept into the neutral zone, but knocked away by Dylan Lewis. Rowan has not really registered much of an offensive chance so far. Shot ripped, that one's knocked away. McGahee tries to put back. Puck in front of the net loose, but the rebound opportunity goes for naught, and it looks like there will be a penalty.
The net comes off its Morans Benny for the stoppage in play. Interesting line out there for Rowan there. Nick Fowler, Andrew Doherty, the primary defensive pair, along with Nikolai, McGahee, and Rob Wilworth. Interesting line out there. A mix of the energy line and that top line we've seen all season.
You have the two speedsters, and Nikolai isn't something to shake a stick at either. He's very fast. Face off, this one won by the Rockets. Far side, kept in by Rowan. In front of the net, that one shot and hits the ground. Polis loses a stick and the puck. Rockets, a 1-on-3 with a wingman. Send it to Bourne, opportunity, he skates in and nails Riley. Net comes off its Morans and just about everything else.
The net taking a big toll out of everybody in there, and as a player goes right into Riley on a diving chance on a centering opportunity. Really, Toledo getting much of the opportunities here. Shots on goal at 4-3 so far. Rowan on a good chance, probably their first most opportune chance of the day on that last exchange in the Toledo zone.
Face-off coming in Rowan's defensive zone. Kept in by Bourne. Bain has it now. Back to the blue line. Sent back now far side looking for a Rocket now near side. Bain to Bourne. Centering try. That one's knocked away. Puck goes up and into the stand. As we talked about, the other feature to this arena is that there is no net, so when the puck is shot up into the stands, it goes pretty far in there. So the Killer Bees, they combine for well over 63 goals. The Toledo Rockets, 74 assists and 137 points. The rest of the team, only 101 goals scored. So they do have some help, but most of the time it is either Bourne or Bain. Centering try, put in chance, and scored. Not one of the Killer Bees, but it's once again Brett Pogorski. His second of the game.
And really, Rowan needs to start getting to the dirty areas. Pass coming through the slot on a centering opportunity. Cody Riley out of position. Pogorski's able to find a wide open net on the right side and find Twan.
So Toledo taking a 2-goal lead, both scored by the seldom used Brent Pogorski. Have a game, why don't you, young man? And what a better time to have it with one win away from the Rockets punching their trip to Utah. Along the glass, Polis. Center to the neutral zone now. This one's sent around. Schickner to Polis. Looking for Slav Auction. They'll finally get it to the neutral zone. On the attack, Rowan goes, but they will forego the puck. It'll be Pogorski again now, far side. Schickner to Polis, up along the boards to Shane Brennan. Rowan getting their first offensive opportunity with a shot on goal. Putback opportunity for Polis. That one bouncing around, but quickly escorted out of the zone. To the neutral zone on the attack. Zach Kinney rips his shot, save Riley. Tell you about the goalie Zach Cherney. 10-4 on the season, 16 games played in the regular season. Allows 2.38 goals per game, 431 saves for a 93% save opportunity. Or saving percentage, excuse me. Not going out of play again.
Toledo,
unlike most goalies the Rowan Profs have faced.
Toledo using 2 goalies, really. Cherney having 16 games played on the season. David Rykoff having 14. But Cherney definitely, as far as on paper is concerned, the top goalie of the 2.
The only mark on him is that he does have a tendency to drop down a bit early, but for the most part, he looks fairly solid now. Of course, Rowan hasn't been able to sustain any kind of offensive chance. Well, the face-off coming in Toledo's defensive zone, 12:59 left here in the first period. Rowan has an opportunity.
And that's kind of the scouting report here as far as Cherney is concerned. Rowan needs to get some opportunities and look upstairs.
So Toledo up 2-0 as they will knock away Rowan's offensive opportunity, sent back in by Doherty. And now dumped into the corner. Nikolai there to forecheck, is tripped, and there will be a delayed call. Looks like number 25, Tyler DeWitt, will be the man caught on the trip. Someone's going to the sin bin. They called a delayed penalty, so we'll see who they send in. I thought it was Tyler DeWitt, but it looks like now they're going to send in Kevin Gibson. So face off. Won by the Profs here on the power play. Next 2 minutes, Rowan has the opportunity to make it a 1-goal game. Behind the net, Rowan trying to work it out. It'll be Shane Brennan. To Kaz. Back to Brennan. He loses it. Hip check. Rowan trying to get the puck back. To Auction. That will be a call. Looks like the net may have budged.
It's happened a lot this tournament here in this arena. The rank coming off its moorings, just budging off the moorings and play being stopped.
Well, like Pagula Arena, when we had that issue with the net coming off consistently, eventually it did result in the penalty. This one sent all the way down, so next minute and 20, Rowan has the man advantage. This will definitely kill at least 10 seconds. Now Toledo doing a essential full court press here, not allowing Rowan to get the puck out. Leszewski, he kicks it away. Rowan will have to reset. Polis. Cross ice. For Kaz up to Leszewski. He'll bring it in. We'll dump it into the corner, under a minute left here in the power play. Sent all the way back down, and oh, Doherty couldn't get there. .40 seconds now. Rowan looks to reset. Across the blue line to the neutral zone. McGahee. Put out in front, opportunity. Fowler rips his shot and scores! 4 assists yesterday. He gets his 5th point of this regional tournament with a big goal there to make it 2-1.
Big power play goal for Rowan to get back on Toledo and cut the lead in half. Off the face-off, McGahee coming around on a wraparound chance. Puck comes out. Back to the point for Rob Willard to slap one past Cherney, and the Profs come back within 1 here in the first period.
First 9 minutes have seen 3 goals, 2 by the Toledo Rockets, but now Rowan looks to try and make it an even game again. They're going the offensive attack. They have that confidence back again. Save Cherney. 10:46 left here in the first period. 2-1 score.
And that's big for a power play unit that hasn't really been at the top. They definitely improved as the second semester came along. Really worked on that power play. Wanted to be one of the top power plays in league play as well as here in regionals. And they get on their first opportunity, they get their first power play goal of the day.
The neutral zone, Logan Rogers, far side. That'll be Bain. He'll work it around. If you're wondering how Rowan got here, yesterday's game, a 7-3 win over University of Delaware, one that was close at one point to UDel, taking it away. Bain now has it, one-on-one with Riley. Centering try, opportunity for a putback, knocked away. Now sent back into the neutral zone. The star of that game, Nick Fowler with 4 assists. Offensively, it was Mike McGahey and Shane Brennan. They had 2 goals apiece and really helped Rowan to take a quick turnaround of momentum. At one point, University of Delaware had 3 consecutive goals to make it 3-1. Rowan answering with 7 unanswered. Or I should say 6 unanswered to finish him off. Take some revenge after losing in the MACH finals. Of course, other tournament action. Yesterday yielded a few interesting games. Liberty beat Ohio 4-2 for the right to play Penn State, who beat Virginia Tech 5-0. Of course, Toledo beat Rider yesterday 5-2. Convincing fashion as well. Here comes Nikolai. So the game later today will be Penn State versus Liberty. The winner goes to Nationals. 2 other teams that have already punched their ticket are Florida Gulf Coast and Miami of Ohio. Of course, the winner of this one gets that oh-so-desired 4th spot to Utah. Wilworth there, whiff on a check shot. That one goes wide. Sent back in, kicked away by Riley. Another shot. More of a pass on that one, looking for a redirection, but no one's home. Here comes Slav Auction, and he's knocked down, no penalty. Under 8:40 left. Rockets trying to move it near side. Now centering to the neutral zone. And they'll be offsides. So the Killer Bees, let's give you their stats. Zach Bourne, number 19, 39 goals on the season, 27 assists. He's recorded 4 goals in a game twice and 4 assists versus Ferris State University. Points, he has 66, and he's gotten 5 points in a single game 3 times, and he's registered 2 power play goals twice. He also has a lot of penalty minutes to his name, 3rd on the team with 48. Shot, that goes wide. Sent in by Pogorski again. Opportunity for a 3rd goal. And some tripping after the play right there as Riley had to go and corral the save, but skating in was number 7 for the Rockets. Austin Fletcher, and he was knocked down. Didn't look like it was anything deliberate.
Excellent play by Cody Riley. Shot fired, just wide, hits the boards, comes off with a little bit of a weird bounce, had a little sauce on it. And another Toledo player is able to fire it, and it goes through the 5-hole of Riley, but he's able to stop the puck's momentum, corral it, and freeze the puck. Nice job from Cody Riley.
Face-off won by the Rockets. But Rowan now corrals the puck. They'll try to take it in. So we told you about one Killer Bee, we'll tell you about the other. It's Brent Bain, number 5. Seen him on the ice, he's rather short, and you can tell because he's probably one of the shorter players in the team. That shot goes high off the glass. 24 goals. He's gotten 4 goals versus Bowling Green. 47 assists. He's gotten 4 assists in a game on 5 separate occasions. And points, he's gotten 6 versus Pitt, and he's registered 5 or more in 5 games. So he's definitely a facilitator, less of a goal scorer. Especially effective on the power play with 9 power play goals. Some impressive games for Toledo, and their ranking so high, and it's reason because they've had some really good games. They fell 2 goals short of Arizona State University Elite. 2 goals short of Utah, and they beat Miami and also lost 3-2. So when you lose 3-2 to a really, really good Miami team, it's going to bring you up. Of course, you talked about their big win over Miami of Ohio 6-2. Beat Rider twice, Ohio 3 times, Temple, Bowling Green twice, and UMBC all ranked. But however, there's only one ranked team in that category that they've beaten that's higher than them. That's Miami of Ohio. Some big losses also that kind of affected their standing, as a loss to Temple 3-2, and of course the 6-5 loss to Rowan. And like Rowan, they've also tied University of Delaware 4-4.
Definitely key losses that maybe could have put Toledo in a better spot in the rankings. Maybe they would be on their way to Salt Lake City, Utah already.
I have to imagine if you're able to get some of those big wins, fix those losses, and maybe even tighten up those great games they've had, you could argue they could be 3rd or even 2nd, but it's tough to replace Florida Gulf Coast. That's just a really, really good team. 6:30 left here in the first period. 2-1's the score. Rowan looks a little bit more energized since the start of this one. 5:30 a.m. wake-up call for a lot of these players and coaches and ourselves as well. So we all kind of agree that it's a little bit exhausting to have a 9 a.m. game, but interesting. I'd say that. Hockey in the morning, I always kind of like that. I remember one time they played football in London, it was like 10 a.m. It's kind of cool to come back and see football was on.
I know it'd start my day off right to come to a hockey game. I'm going to be a happy camper regardless of the result to come see a hockey game in the morning. And, you know, got to go back to my dorm and finish my homework for the weekend. But otherwise, I'm starting off my day off strong here.
They'll still find a way. Slav auction opportunity. What a save. But an open net shot hits the iron. Sent back in front. Wraparound try. Shot knocked away again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Rowan had the open net and hit the iron.
Oh, that's tough for Rowan to have the open net, the goalie making such an aggressive play to come out and to have a whole net open, and you hit the post. Unfortunate for Shane Brennan, I believe, was on that shot. But Rowan will go on their second power play of the day as number 15 for the Rockets makes his way to the bench. Jindrich Netsby.
Not a lot of easy names to pronounce for this Toledo Rockets team, but it's definitely an interesting one. Next 2 minutes, Rowan goes in the man advantage looking for their second power play goal. As a shot there, saved by Cherney. It's an unbelievable sequence of events. Cherney coming out to challenge Slav auction, a collision. Cherney loses his stick, which I thought was even more detrimental to him. Vacated net, puck comes out. Shane Brennan with the shot. You don't see him miss those often. Hits the iron. Absolutely heartbreaking for these Rowan props. Pardon the connection interruptions. Polis sends it off the boards, now behind the net. 2-1's the score as Rowan goes on the power play. Penalty for Toledo given to number 15, Jindrich Konevsky. Guess that's how you say it. It's about 3 or 4 letters in there that don't really fit. A lot of interesting names from Toledo.
Trying our best here, folks.
Garrett, but it's not spelled the way you normally would think. Garryt. Kujawa. Kujawa. That's an awesome last name. Sounds like something out of Jumanji. Under 5 minutes in the period. 1 left in this man advantage for Rowan, looking for their second power play goal. Here comes Nikolai Alexander the Great. Leads Rowan in points. Puck bouncing and kept out by Pogorski, but kept in by Nick Fowler. Sent into the corner. McGahee looking for a wraparound opportunity. He'll send it back for Doherty. Sends a one-timer in. That one, rebound opportunity, but that one will be cleared. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. Doherty from behind the net. They'll work it out. Interesting to put 2 scoring threats on the penalty kill, but that's what Toledo's doing. This one sent off the boards, stayed in somehow. That one went pretty high off the boards in front of the bench. Surprised it didn't hit a player. 5 seconds left. Rowan now having some issues with this speedy Toledo Rockets team on the PK. Back to even strength. 3:40 left. Rowan centering try, no one's home. There was a line change and they couldn't get a man in front of the net. Shot, that one deflected away to the blue line. Sent back in, but now kept back out for Rowan. Keller looking for Polis, but now this will go into the corner. Rowan having some issues in terms of staying on the same page offensively. Check along the boards. Puck coming out now far side of the corner. Auction. Big check along the boards. Handed down by Quigley. Out of the far side corner in Rowan's defensive zone, under 3 minutes left in the first period. The Slav auction for Brennan. 1-on-2. And it's poked away. Back to the neutral zone. Quigley. Far side. Back to the neutral zone again. Brought in for Toledo. Fancy stick work right there from Zach Kinney. Big check along the boards. Puck vacated. Here come the Rockets. Put in front, knocked away by Rowan. And there's Alexander the Great Nikolai. Rips a shot. That one shoots straight up into the air with 2 minutes left. Will hit the net, and that'll stop play. 2-1's our score here in the first period. Benny Pennell alongside Cody Decker, Thomas DiNapoli here for the RTN Light broadcast here of the final game of the regional tournament for these Rowan Profs as they take on the Toledo Rockets. I have to say, the one thing I will miss is the soundtrack from Warwick, PA. They played a lot of hip-hop, and I kind of like it.
It's getting me in the mood. Another reason for me to enjoy my morning.
And I'm a big proponent of Eminem. I love Eminem, and they played the entire Shady LP album the other night, and that was awesome. Minute 30 left. Nikolai far side off the boards, back to the center of the neutral zone. To Nikolai again. Shuffles it back for Nikolai. He'll send it in, far side. Trying to dig it out is Robert Wilworth. This one will come around to Nick Fowler's shot on Kearney. Putback opportunity saved by Kearney. Cheney, excuse me. Minute 19, and right now Rowan looks like they may have a little bit of momentum going into the end of this first period.
Fowler firing a shot. Kearney is able to corral it, but a little disappointed on that play was Mike McGay. It looked like he could have had a putback opportunity there, but Kearney beat him to the puck.
Pretty even in terms of shots on goal, 17-15, Rowan having the lead. Well, as we've known in the past, Rowan doesn't need a lot of shots to make the most of their scoring opportunities. Here come the Rockets. Pass up for number 20, Dylan Lewis. He'll work it from behind the net. Centering try looking for Bain. This one whiffed on, and now this one will come all the way back. And Slav Auction loses it. Far side for Bain. Looking for Bourne, too far in. This one will be dumped in far side now. Sent back in. Lewis to Bourne. Looking for Bain. Coming off the boards. Bourne again in front of the net. And the blue line rips a shot, kicked away. That was Andre Lewis. Sent all the way down now, Lewis. In the corner. Tries to clear it out, looking for Bain. Back into the corner, and that will do it for the first period. As the final seconds tick away, Toledo takes a lead. Doesn't relinquish it. A 2-1 lead for Toledo as they head into the second period. Rowan, though, looks like they may have gotten the momentum. 17-16 is the shot split, but Cody, right now, it looks like Rowan has a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, they definitely do. Throughout the first, I'd say 5 or 10 minutes or so, the first half of the period, really Toledo was getting most of the opportunities, and it showed in the shots on goal total. But Rowan is taking the momentum away, really played some okay defense, not the best defense, but they are getting more of the dirty areas. There was a nice play by Andrew Doherty on Toledo's last chance. But Rowan has been able to take some transition opportunities, fire some shots, and really they're looking for the rebounds in the slot, as well as maybe do some wraparounds around the net, dump and chase, things like that they're used to and that's in their game plan that has really given them the momentum. So really I'm looking to see the second period coming out. Can Rowan keep the momentum? Can Rowan fire the shots on goal? I realized yesterday the shots on goal total didn't favor the winning team, yet I think really that would benefit Rowan to just keep firing on net.
The MVP from the first period, and I'll give it to him, Brent Pogorski, coming in only played in, I want to say, 8 games, maybe 9 at the most. getting a goal in the first 3 minutes, and then 3 minutes following his first goal, getting his second one to make it 2-1. And then, of course, Nick Fowler coming in with a power play goal, 11:02 left in the first period. And then after that, it was a lot of momentum changes. But Rowan right now looks to be in position to retake the lead heading into the second period. And with that, we will cut to break here on rtnch5.com/live, RTN Live. Once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the ice rinks at Warwick, PA, here in Warwick, PA. Benny Pinell alongside Cody Decker, I know it sounds redundant, and Thomas Napoli, the producer and cameraman, here for second period action. Toledo versus Rowan University. 2-1 is the score in favor of the Rockets. The Profs, though, have a little bit of momentum heading into the second period.
Yeah, really, it was a different tale of two halves as far as the first period was concerned. Toledo coming out very strong, 2 goals by Brett Pogorski for the Rockets, and really coming out strong and showing their speed that we talked about in the pregame, that these two teams are very speedy. Toledo getting out in front, but really Rowan through the second half of that first period had a lot more opportunities, ended up gaining the edge in the shots on goal battle for that first period. Really getting a lot of good opportunities. A power play goal from Nick Fowler fired from the point, and really that was a good start for the Profs to really get back into this game and seem like they're back in this game, which they really are.
Toledo will go from left to right, Rowan from right to left, donning their solid gold jerseys. Stark contrast to their striped ones they wore yesterday. Toledo in white and navy and gold. Second period now, Rowan has it, and they're looking to take the lead, throwing it on net, rebound opportunity, shot bouncing around, Cherney. Lucky that one didn't go in. To the blue line. Lewis. To Lewis. This one sent around, and now all the way into the far side corner. And there's Bourne. Bain in the corner, looking for Bourne, sent back around to the blue line, but kept in somehow. Kept on sides, now they'll wave it off. Playing it up, they're going to say maybe a little bit too far off was Alec Polis. So Rowan will have to bring this one back to the blue line.
Polis seemed like he was a little tripped up, maybe by his own skate, which will allow him to be maybe 2 steps offside. But a good start for Rowan coming out. 2 great opportunities. Shane Brennan looking to flick one over the shoulder of Cherney, and then a rebound chance for Alec Polis.
Face-off won by Mike McGahee. Stick move, trying to wrap around, puts it in, bouncing around, and frozen by Zach Cherney. Once again, it looks like Rowan wants to tie this one up, eventually take the lead, and they are definitely making some of the Rockets start to sweat a little bit out there.
Mike McGahee looks really good out there today out on the ice. He's really getting a lot of good chances in transition off turnovers, and really is trying that wraparound. And he's been so close, maybe 3 or 4 times already. McGahee has been in on a shot on a wraparound.
We talked about it. This is a Rowan team that has grown immensely since day one, tying Maryland and losing in a bizarre clock game. We're going to call that one the infamous clock game against Montclair State. A 6-5 loss, one that definitely sits in the back of Rowan's mind whenever they play. The reason we call it the clock game was at the end of the second period. Rowan up 4-2. There's 10 seconds left in the clock, and only about 3 were ticked off during a, I want to say, 17-second series of events. Puck goes into the corner, stayed in there for a solid 8-9 seconds, then was brought back out and a shot on goal. It's definitely not within the time frame of the clock not moving. It's the infamous clock game. Here come the Rockets on the attack. Throw it in front of the net, just trying to get it up on there, so maybe a rebound opportunity, but nothing there. Rowan clogging the defensive zone. And here comes Nikolai. Wilworth rips his shot, that goes wide. Wilworth not afraid to pull the trigger. That's something that Coach Caulfield really likes about Willie. In front of the net, that one knocked away. Dumped in. Once again, Nikolai. Stick move brought back. McGahee was there, but now the Rockets go on the attack. It'll be a 3-on-2. That shot ripped and behind the net to the backboards. The far side corner. Fowler. To McGahee, back to Fowler. To Doherty now. To the neutral zone. Far side. Bring it back, looking for Doherty, but he lost it, and this will be a delayed call. So once again, Rowan will go on the power play advantage. Or no. Or no, they will. It'll be number 11 coming off for the Rockets. Ross Pillmore. 27 games played this season, 11 goals for Pillmore. Also the most penalized player on the Toledo Rockets team.
Not to say most penalized player on the Toledo Rockets. And really Rowan now going on their third power play opportunity of the game. They're 1 for 2 so far. Looking to see some offensive flow here. Get the goalie out of position as well as the defense.
Zach Bourne lucky to be there for the Rockets because Rowan looked like they may have had a very key rebound opportunity. Next 2 minutes, Rowan with the man advantage, 17-12 here in the second period. To Kaz. Off the boards looking for Slav Auction. This one will come all the way back, and now the Rockets may have a fast break opportunity if they can corral the puck. They can't. Pulls from behind the net. Far side to the boards. Tipped up, and now here comes Brent Leshevsky, a one-on-one situation. Pass, shot, score! Team captain Shane Brennan ties it up. 16:48, Rowan's second power play goal, and they've tied it at 2.
Textbook hockey off a turnover in transition into the neutral zone. Rowan coming down, they have a 3-on-1 advantage as Rowan comes down the ice. Leshevsky at the left wing, cross pass to Shane Brennan. Goalie out of position, fires upstairs, and Rowan has tied the game here at 2 in the second period.
So folks, wipe the sand out of your eyes right now because this one just got tied right back up. And if you're having breakfast in bed, you are enjoying one heck of a hockey game. Doherty. The Wilworth shot, that one had a good angle but couldn't go in. Brought back to the blue line. The Rockets trying everything they can to retake the lead. They'll go on the attack now. Stick handling, puck knocked away. Rowan 2 power play goals, 2 for 3 when they've gone on the man advantage. Wilworth trying to pull the trigger. McGahee has it, loses it in a little bit of a tangle up with traffic. Now here come the Rockets. Trying to punch their ticket to Utah. Shot knocked away. Under 16 minutes and delayed call. This one will come, looks like against Rowan.
It's a high stick there, Benny. No penalty for that one. No players will be coming off the ice and into the sin bin, but a high stick was called in Rowan's defensive zone.
Under 16 minutes here in the second period. 2-2's the score. The neutral zone, the Rockets resetting. Sent in, knocked away by Cody Riley. One has to wonder, if Cody Riley was nominated, would he have gotten a nod over Goalie of the Year for the MACH? Tanner Jones certainly deserving for Virginia Tech. Degatano for Penn State. Kolodenko, a lot of controversy behind that one. Rip shot, knocked away in front. Big check. Again, Shane Brennan was number 16. Ben Kinney.
Doherty with that hot slap shot, and Brennan was in there looking for a deflection to change direction and find Twine. Good opportunities for the Frost. Like we said, momentum was the key in that first period. They had it by the end, and they have had it so far here in the second period, especially having their third man advantage and getting an opportunity to score and tie this game.
Here come the Rockets. It'll be Lewis. Rowan's defensive zone brought back. Puck bouncing around. Now sent back in. Off the boards, Nikolai lost it to the neutral zone. Kaz off the glass, this one coming all the way down. From behind the net, Rockets. The neutral zone, Kaz will have to recover it for the Profs. Rockets giving Rowan fits right now on the forecheck. Icing called, 14-31, 2-2 is the score in the second period here in Warwick, PA. Benny Pinnell alongside Cody Decker, Thomas DiNapoli, the producer and cameraman, for this ACHA regional tournament, the Southeast region. Of course, two teams punching their ticket already. Florida Gulf Coast and Miami of Ohio have already dictated where they're going to stay in terms of hotel arrangements for Utah. But right now, Rowan, Toledo, Penn State, and Liberty looking to be those teams that'll follow them as well. Two teams get the regional bid. Right now, Rowan looking to be one of them. Shot, that's knocked down. Along the boards, in front of the net, opportunity shot, saved by Cody Riley, rebound pushed away. Cody Riley standing tall there. Another shot, that's knocked away. Into the corner now. That one knocked away again, up into the net, and this one will stop play. 13:50 left here in the second period, 2-2 score.
Riley's amped up after that one, standing tall. Knocking away some shots there from Toledo. Really Toledo's first couple of opportunities in this game. And there will be penalties here. One apiece, as Dylan Lewis makes his way to the box for Toledo. And for the Profs, it will be Shane Brennan making his way into the sin bin.
So 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. And there is an error. This play is stopped. Buzzer went off apparently. Don't know what the stoppage is for, but guess we'll find out in time. 13:49 here in the second period, 4-on-4 action. And a ref goes down, one of the officials goes down, and Rowan now. Opportunity with the puck coming out, and this one will be frozen by Zach Cherney. Toledo fans making the 9-hour road trip here to Warwick, PA from Toledo. Out in the more central part of the United States. Play a lot of the Ohio teams. Rips a shot, that knocked away. Into the corner, back to Doherty. Rips a shot, that goes high. To the far side. Now near side. Passing it up to the neutral zone. Here come the Rockets. They lost it. Kept in. Here's Wilworth. Loses the puck, and now the Rockets will reset. They'll send it in off of Riley into the corner. Far side. Back to the center of the zone. To the neutral zone. Slav Auction. Fancy stick work. Lost the puck. And a shot saved. Whistler there by Alec Paulus. Gloved by Zach Cherney. .12:42 left here in the second period. 2-2 score. 52 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Tipped off the glove of Zach Cherney. Rip shot there by Slav Auction. Kept in. To the corner. Rowan trying to lug it out. Here they go to the neutral zone. And it'll be icing. 30 seconds left here in the 4-on-4. 12-17 in the second period. 26-21 is the shots split. Rowan has the lead by 5. In terms of score, 2-2. Both goals for Rowan coming off of power play goals, scored by Nick Fowler and Shane Brennan. This one comes all the way down. No icing. Back to the far side boards. Here comes Rowan. And that one, a little bit of a tangled job. They're called delayed penalty, and they will. And oh man, some pushing and shoving afterwards again. And this looks like Toledo starting to get a little frustrated with the way Rowan's been playing. I can say right now that Toledo is definitely shooting themselves in the foot with this one. 5 seconds left in the 4-on-4, and now Rowan will have a man advantage for the next 2 minutes following the 4-on-4.
Talk about Toledo not having the momentum first off, and then that's going to kill it some more right there. Pushing and shoving after the play, and it's unnecessary. And Rowan is going to have their fourth man advantage of this game.
Rip shot there by Kaz. He lost it. From behind the net, back to 5-on-4. And he lost it again. Polish tried to get fancy there and hold the puck, but he lost it. So Rowan now will have to evade this really tough Toledo Rocket forecheck. Rowan goes in the offensive attack. Once again, we pardon the technical interruptions. So Wi-Fi went down briefly here at Warwick. It's back up. Rowan with a man advantage, the 4-on-4 towards the tail end, the penalty. Called on Toledo. Taken by Toledo, I should say. So next minute and 9, Rowan has the man advantage, but right now the Rockets look to score. Shot on Riley, save. Here come the prompts. Under a minute left in the power play. Rips a shot, saved by Cherney. And a lot of pushing and shoving after the play.
Things getting chippy here as we have stoppages in place and pushing and shoving coming along. And really, I think Toledo's the most frustrated at anybody right now. They just haven't seemed to get as many opportunities as they had in the first period. And showing in the shot on goal total is Toledo is now down 5. Power plays for the Pros haven't helped either.
Rockets trying to turn it on here. Under 40 seconds left in the power play. 10:30 in the period. Puck corralled out. Tried to knock it in was McGahee. Opportunity for a putback by Tyler Glassman. That gets knocked away. Bouncing around the boards. This one back to the neutral zone. To Glassman. Here comes Mike McGahee, dumps it in. 14 seconds left in the man advantage. Rowan's power play has really been all about the Toledo forecheck. Completely dominating this one. And with 5 seconds left, this one sent all the way down and back to even strength it goes. Under 10 minutes left in the period. Big checks along the board as Toledo using their speed to get momentum and really punish some Rowan players. Shot that one in a dangerous area. Doherty, smart play to get down. At the vacated net because Riley was caught up. 9:30 left here in the second period. 2-2 score. Toledo turning it on. Rowan trying to outlast this rush by the Rockets. Puck into the near side corner. To the far side. Off the boards into the neutral zone. Back to the near side corner. Now this one back to the neutral zone. Rowan had a man there. It was Slav Auction offsides. It's pretty clear Slav a good couple of steps off. McGahee not happy about it, so this faceoff will come all the way back to the blue line.
Chance for Rowan there in transition to get something going, but Slav Auction, like you said, Benny, a couple steps offside. McGahee has been getting a lot of opportunities, and you can see why he's frustrated. They didn't get the opportunity on that exchange.
The far side corner, Rowan trying to poke the puck out. Shane Brennan had the puck, but the faceoff will come back into Toledo's defensive zone.
The referee back here by center ice, Benny, called a penalty from behind the net with a referee standing towards the far right corner. And he got Shane Brennan for hooking.
So Rowan goes down a man for the next 2 minutes. It's kind of an interesting way to call that penalty, but nonetheless, Rowan takes a very key penalty here with 8:44 left in the second period. So Rowan down a man. Rockets rip a shot, save Riley.
And if you're Toledo, this is a perfect opportunity for you to regain the momentum in this game, get a lead. Rowan's penalty kill has been impressive this season, but Toledo, if they're able to get the Cody Riley out of position and the defense out of position, could lead to a goal here.
That was Bourne ripping a shot just past the net, back to the blue line again. Rockets lost it, and this will be cleared. Minute 30 left in the man advantage for the Rockets. 8 left in the second period, 2-2 score. Here comes Brett Bain. Flips one on net to the stick side of Cody Riley, knocked away. Into the low slot in front of the net, another one. A chance to get something in good real estate. Rowan doing the best opportunity to plug the zone. Shot, that one bounces around again. Another shot, scored. It's Brett Bain. With 7:39 left here in the second period, gets a key power play goal for the Rockets.
That's tough for the Pross. Alec Polis without his stick towards the point. Brett Bain able to fire a shot. You heard it. You might have heard the ping in the iron. It hit iron, and Cody Riley unable to cover it up. Got a blocker there. Finds the net. And Toledo has taken a 3-2 lead here in the second.
So Rowan down a goal here in the second period. 7:30 left. And Toledo continues their offensive attack. Lewis rips a shot. That one knocked away. Trying to poke this one out to the neutral zone. Rowan has not had an offensive shot in a good 3 minutes. To the corner. Back to the center of the zone. Wilworth on the attack. Pulls the trigger, shot on Cherney, and he's saved. Some pushing and shoving afterwards. It looked like one of the Rockets had chopped Pat Cariali for Rowan with his stick. That's completely unsportsmanlike right there. No penalty called, though.
And if you're Rowan, you don't want the Rockets to get in your head. Yes, they have the lead, but you need to make something happen on the ice. Don't let them get in their head. Don't let your emotions get too high.
Pass coming all the way back. Under 7 minutes left here in the period. I'll send it back looking for Polis. Redirected to Shane Brennan now. Rips his shot. That one bouncing around. Opportunity. Oh, man. That one also popped the bottle in the process, but no goal. Kept in somehow onside. Opportunity shot scored. How that was onside blows my mind, but Toledo now takes a 4-2 lead. Once again, it's Brett Pogorski.
Brett Pogorski on hat-trick watch. He gets it here. And it was a tough play over here by the blue line. The puck is skied into the air. Gloving it down was Brendan Sokolski. How he kept that onside, Benny, I'm just as confused as you are. He gloves it down, and it ends up being a 3-on-1 opportunity for the Rockets, and they're able to take control as Pogorski gets goal number 3 on the hat trick.
A second 2-goal lead for the Rockets. They lost the first one as Rowan was able to eventually tie it up. Now Rowan looking to do it again. Shot on goal. That one knocked away. Cherney to the corner was Nikolai looking for McGahee, but he was way off. To the blue line it'll be Fowler. Fowler sends it in. Cherney hands it down. Under 6 minutes left. The neutral zone. Toledo looking to finish off Rowan and punch their ticket to nationals. Rowan has to come back down 2 goals. Once again, here's Brett Bourne again, or Zach Bourne, I should say. Shot, that one's knocked away, and Bourne head first into the net, and he's slow to get up. Looks like his head may have hit the iron, so hopefully he's okay. Definitely an exciting player to watch. 5:31 left as the stoppage in play. The net budges off its marks.
These Toledo players being very aggressive, wouldn't do anything to try and put the puck in the net, and it's a good team effort right there, just to do anything you can, any effort you can put in to put a shot on net and maybe find the net. Toledo up 2 here in the second period.
5:30 left here. Off the boards. The neutral zone. Polis. Far side. Or Slav Auction, that one coming off the boards, looking for a prof to be there. No one's home. Dumped back in the Rockets, resetting themselves defensively. The neutral zone. They'll go on the attack. That one knocked away. Back to the neutral zone. Shot sent in. Keller able to corral it and knock it back. Back to the neutral zone again, out to the defensive zone. Set back off the boards, under 5 minutes left here in the second period. Rowan down 2 goals. Kept in by Curielli, trying to find away Leshevsky's shot. That one bouncing around. Nikolai behind the net in front. Leshevsky had the opportunity, but they'll call it for the net. Coach Caulfield unhappy. .417, 4-2's the score. Rowan has the lead in shots, 31-28, but Toledo the lead in goals. That's really, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters.
That's the thing that's going to matter as far as punching your ticket to Utah. You got to have the lead in the score, and you know we saw it yesterday. Rowan winning 7-3, but definitely did not win the shots on goal battle.
Rowan once again will come to the face-off as the Rockets make a line change. No blue line. Fowler sends it in. Shot. That one's knocked away. This one will come back out. Tried to knock it away. Pagas had the opportunity, but 4 minutes left in the second period. Frozen by Cody Riley. Podgorski has definitely stepped up in this one. A hat trick for the seldom used Toledo forward. Had himself an excellent game, and what a time to have it here. 1 game away from a trip to Utah. Tipped away by Brennan. All the way back down to the blue line. Back to Podgorski. Ball coming off the boards. Knocked up in the air. And Toledo once again will go on the offensive attack. Rips a shot, knocked away. Big check along the boards. Rockets trying to get in front of the net for an opportunity. This one knocked away. Here comes Rowan. Back to Slav Auction. Trying to make a move. Dumped onto the net. Rebound opportunity just out of the way for Slav Auction. Kept in by, Alec Polis. Polis in the corner to Slav Auction opportunity. Cherney knocks it away. This one comes into the stands, and oh boy. That one almost took the head off of a young Prof fan right there.
Rowan trying to get as many chances as they possibly can here, and really any opportunity will do, and Slav Auction had an opportunity there to put one back in. Trying to flick it past Cherney, but fortunately unable to do it.
Face-off won by Rowan. Schickner rips his shot, knocked away. To the corner. Out of the near side. Toledo brings it to the neutral zone, but Rowan tries to corral the puck. This one off the boards, back into Rowan's defensive zone. Attempted hand down there by McGahee. But Wilworth, great speed there by Robert Wilworth to get to the boards, and unfortunately that hard hit jarred the corner loose. It looks like they'll try to reset it. The door on the corner of the boards may have opened briefly because of the hard check, but with 2:36 left, the faceoff will once again come in Toledo's defensive zone. And it looks like
Could it possibly be the glass? Maybe the glass over there?
it looks like the glass popped out, so we will have a stoppage to replace the glass. That speaks to the intensity of this one here, Cody, with 2:36 left in the second period. Wilworth pulled out the military jets right there, sprinted right into the boards to try and get the puck, and the glass popped out in the corner, so they'll have to get someone down to fix it. So while we have it, Tom, we will remind you this will be our final Rowan broadcast because unfortunately we will not be able to make the trip out to Salt Lake City, Utah if Rowan is able to win this game. But it's been a fun ride. Yeah,
it's been an excellent ride. The fact of the matter of us being able to bring you the away games, for us to be able to come out and not the bells and whistles of a full shoot that I'm sure everyone likes, but you know, we try our best with a single camera and getting out to do every possible game we can. So it's been a pleasure to bring all Rowan hockey games to you throughout the season.
All started way back in the start of the season in early October, late September, where we were able to cover the Maryland tie at home. And that, of course, was with Tom Wilms at the time and myself starting the season. Of course, after a few games following, Tom Wilms, and unfortunately, the misfortune to have to leave his job and take up a job with Newman to do their games. And it was handed to myself, Cody Decker, and Thomas DiNapoli. We've been able to cover every single game following that. That's been local. Only games we've missed have really been down in Virginia, as they're looking to try and replace the ice still, or excuse me, the glass. Covered fun times like the trip all the way out to Penn State, 5-hour ride to the legendary campus of Penn State. It looks like we have a decision as Rowan leaves the ice, and it looks like Toledo will as well. So it looks like they're going to add 2 minutes and 36 seconds to the third period. A very, very interesting way to end the second period, but nonetheless, that is how it will have to be, as the glass will have to be replaced. So we head to the third and final period. Rowan's opportunity to come back down 2 goals. Toledo, 22 minutes and 36 seconds away from punching their plane ticket all the way out to Salt Lake City, Utah. What's going to happen? Well, you'll find out here coming up shortly on rtnch5.com/live. So a series, of very interesting circumstances has taken place with the Robert Wilworth forecheck to get the puck out of the corner. It appears that a piece of glass had jarred itself loose. Nothing broken, nothing shattered, but our very own head coach or assistant coach Mike Husick was able to pop the glass back in, and with that resume play. However, the interesting thing about this is there is no more ice cut because the Zamboni came out, cut the ice. We took a essential period break. So right now, here is how things are going to work. For the next 2 minutes and 36 seconds, they will play out the end of the second period. And a 5-second, 10-second break, reset, flip sides, and that'll be the third period. So Rowan has 22 minutes and 36 seconds now to tie this one back up. With that, face-off coming in the Toledo defensive zone. As fans file back to their seats, this one back to the neutral zone. Rowan recovers it, it'll be Brennan. Brennan taken down, no call. They'll say it's perfectly legal. Looked like maybe a little bit of a hooking call. Nothing there. Into the corner. From behind the net, working it out is the Rockets. Off the glass, back to the neutral zone. Rip shot by Doherty, knocked away by Churning. Looking for Bain up along the boards, dumps it in. Rowan right now has not taken that many shots as they did at the start of the game, something that was working for them earlier. To the corner. Kind of been very selective in the shots they want to take. They want that play to happen, and it won't happen unless they make it. So here comes Wilworth. Into the corner, shot, that one's knocked down. Trying to get a rebound opportunity in front of the net. Three props back there, sending this one back to the blue line for Schickner's shot. That one knocked away. Right now the Rockets doing their best to take away rebound opportunities the Profs oh so desperately want. Down to a minute 15. 4-2's the score. Toledo has the lead. Off the boards, this one going all the way up. Now on sides for Toledo, they'll reset, sending this one to Kaz. Shack along the center, tied up, no call. Here comes Rowan. Under a minute left. Polis, shot. That one's knocked out of his grasp, poked away. Slav auction in the corner, back to Polis, now near side along the boards. Rowan doing everything they can. Toledo trying everything they can to stop Rowan. The far side, Rowan setting up one last offensive rush, forwarding it up for Polis. Lost the puck, kept it on sides. Polis, fast break opportunity, shot. Oh man! Opportunity for Alec Polis. Unbelievable, 20 seconds left here in the second period. Off the far side boards. Kept alive, Rowan. Resetting, and that will do it for the second period under 5 seconds left. To the neutral zone, and that'll be all. So we'll take a very brief break. We won't leave you, though, here on rtnch5.com/live. Benny Pinella, Cody Decker, Thomas DiNapoli. And the final 20 minutes of the regional game between Rowan and Toledo is taking place in just a couple seconds. And right now we'll offer a look back on the season that was. We talked earlier about the Maryland game that started it all out. Your first game was actually fairly interesting, Cody.
Yeah, very interesting game. Maryland and Rowan kicking off the season, and you know the Rowan Profs as far as didn't really go their way. Not the way you really want to start out a season. You always want to start out the season with a W, but unfortunately the Profs were unable to get that done in overtime. And you know, forget the start of the season at this point. You worked so hard to be here at this point. You know, it was a tough loss. They fought it off. Played Montclair. Another tough overtime game. You mentioned it, the clock game, as we're going to call it. Tough game there, but they were able to get that first one against Temple in Game 3 at Hollydale. So,
of course, a couple weeks later, you make your on-air debut. Of course, it was my first hockey game against Maryland with Tom Williams at the helm. Tom Williams leaves after a couple weeks and leaves it up to us. What are some memories you take away from your first on-air experience?
Well, calling the Penn State game, you giving me the reins for play-by-play for that game at Pagula Ice Arena, that was definitely a nice moment. Calling the game with Tom Williams, the overtime game at Temple to round out the semester, talk about a big win for the Profs there, an overtime 5-4 victory. And then one more I'll touch on real quickly, of course, the outdoor game. That was just a spectacular experience. To be out of the sideline and right between the benches, so to speak, that was something I'll never forget.
Chance for a putback there. Some of the highlights of the season we'll talk about after the game. To the center of the ice now, it'll be Wilworth. Shot, rebound opportunity, almost had it with the angle. 19:20 left. Rowan needs 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Toledo already has the lead. They're looking to drive that final nail into the coffin as icing. Will be called 9-11 in the third period. Toledo 4-2.
Toledo bench didn't like that call. The Rocket thought he was able to beat out Doherty, but unfortunately, the refs did blow the whistle, and for the Profs, an offensive zone chance here to cut the lead in half.
One of the first games that we had that was kind of viewed regionally was the Liberty highlights that were put up on the Mid-Atlantic website. That was a fairly cool experience. Got RTN some exposure. Of course, had a ton of viewers going into the round out of the season, covering the Mid-Atlantic tournament as well. Had a lot of viewers for that. Very successful season, not just for Rowan, but for RTN covering hockey, bringing you almost every single game we possibly could. As most people know, I am a senior, which means this will be my final game as the play-by-play man for Rowan Ice Hockey. Taking over next year will be a freshman going on sophomore. This one goes all the way up, almost hitting a cameraman for Toledo. Taking over for next year will be Cody, of course, and Thomas. I have to tell you, it's become a position of much esteem thanks to our colleague Tom Wilms, who worked so hard over the past 4 years to cover Rowan Ice Hockey, and of course myself for this year, doing as best as I could. But it'll be very interesting to see now that 2 students get the opportunity to cover Rowan Ice Hockey for 4 years. Here comes Rowan on the attack. Brennan rips his shot. That goes way high off the glass. 18:30 left. Handed down. Good play there by Doherty, but now Zach Bourne has it. Shot on Riley. Saved. Oh, man, that was so close to being the 5th goal, and that would have definitely pulled the hearts out of every Rowan player if that one found a way to go in.
Great play there from Cody Riley. Shot opportunity, bounces up into the air, and he's able to use the glove to catch it and freeze the puck.
18:10 left here in the third period. 4-2 is the score. Toledo 18 minutes and 10 seconds away from Utah. Rowan 2 goals away from tying. Kicked into the corner by Riley. This one sent up. Now the center for Doherty. Off the boards to the neutral zone. Sent back in for Rockets. Riley will freeze it. Win or lose today, the Profs have to hang their helmets pretty high on that. The season that has been, it's just been an excellent year for Rowan Ice Hockey and getting all the support they have moving forward. Despite a loss, you have to say that Rowan has played very well. Leshevsky, breakaway opportunity shot. That one bounced around. Zach Cherney is just playing way too out of his mind right now. Handed down and kept in for Nikolai. Rips a shot in front. Opportunity put back, knocked away. Doherty sends one in, and Zach Cherney somehow able to corral it. He was on his back for the majority of that. Rowan now looking like they have kind of corralled the momentum here. 17-24, 4-2.
Cherney real slow to get up here as he was crashed pretty much into the net by the Rowan players, and they just kind of stuffed that puck into the net. Looks like he'll be okay.
Cherney looks like he'll be okay and stay in the game.
Gonna shake that off, try and continue to keep Toledo with the lead. Up 2 here in the third.
Rip shot, that one way wide. Want to reset, they'll need some kind of break here. Played in front of the net, no Rowan Prof there to put it back. Here comes Shane Brennan. Shot on net, put back opportunity knocked away. Off the glass, trying to keep it in was Keller, and now it'll be a one-on-one situation. Poked away. Another one by Podgorski. The center of the zone knocked away, and oh man, Polis hit the wrong part of his ankle. Rowan playing with everything they have left. Off the boards to the neutral zone. Here come the props, it's Wilworth. And a Rocket is down, grabbing his knee, it looks like. Oh, that's definitely a knee injury, as he is still favoring that knee.
Play in the corner, Rob Wilworth is hit hard along the boards, and then a Rocket, who we can't tell right now who it is, he is down in the corner with that knee injury off of a hit from Slav Auction, and he ended up tripping him up, which stopped his momentum and made him trip to the ice. As Auction has made his way into the sin bin.
Looks like it's number 15. As he stands up, we'll be able to get you the number. I'll check that. It's number 25, Tyler DeWitt. A lot more favorable name to call than Gindritz Kneffel. So the Rockets going the man advantage for the next 2 minutes, something Rowan really doesn't want to have to deal with. Already with a power play goal earlier, the hat trick by Podgorski.
A lot of time left, 16-11 still here for Rowan, but you're going to trim off 2 minutes with the man advantage. Rowan has scored some shorthanded goals on the season. Would be interested to see if they take advantage of some sort of turnover and maybe get one back.
5 shorthanded goals in the season, though. A lot of them coming against not as strong competition as Toledo. A little blue line. A low slot, back to the slot in front, and score. Brett Bain with his second goal in the game. And Toledo now takes a 5-2 lead.
Off the face-off, couple of cross passes. Bain is found in the center, and he's able to put it past Riley, top left corner of the net. And for Toledo, a nice 3-goal lead here. Pross really need to bounce back.
An offsides call on the Rockets.
And here we see it again, the shots on goal battle. Rowan still up 8 on the shots on goal battle, 43-35. But again, like we saw yesterday, it's been about chances. It's been about the opportune times. Obviously, a man up, you're going to have a good chance to score a goal. And just during the game when it's even strength, you get the better opportunity and get the goalie out of position, the defense out of position, you're going to score goals. Toledo has done that today.
Make no mistake about it, this is a Toledo Rocket offense that is fearsome to say the least. Here comes Rowan in the neutral zone. Wilworth. Opportunity save Cherney. 15:08 left here in the third period. Toledo up 5-2.
And the referee hits the deck there as he trips up during the stoppage in play. Rowan in their zone now. Offensive flow going to be key. Get a good shot opportunity. It's what you need at this point. They missed a lot of great chances on breakaways during this game. A lot of open net chances.
Shot again, knocked away by Riley. Under 15 minutes left. Rowan down 3 goals, 5-2. The Rockets, just too much for the Profs to handle. Goal scored by Brett Bain on a power play. Handed down by Podgorski. To the blue line, now to the neutral zone. Polis has retaken to the ice following the injury. Shot there by Slav Auction, popped up. Now bouncing around in front of the net, no penalty will be called. Fowler takes a chance, shot, trying to tip it in was Brennan, but this one will be frozen by Zach Cherney and slow to get up. Another Rowan Prof. Slav Auction.
Auction took a huge hit. Landed on his head. The helmet hit the ice. That was just tough to watch. It looked like, I don't know, it looked at first reaction, Slava might have been stunned there at some point, but able to get up and is okay heading to the bench.
Puck bouncing around to the neutral zone now. Sent back for Fowler. He scored Rowan's first goal in this one. To the far side for Doherty. Now this one will come all the way back down. 14 minutes left here in the third. To Nikolai. To McGahee. Sent back. Fowler resetting. To Doherty. Back to Slav Auction. Here comes Slav, who's knocked down, has to get back on sides. And Fowler will bring it in. Angle opportunity there for Slav Auction, but this one just wide of his stick. Sent across the boards. Rowan makes a line change. Here's Peter Kaz. Lost it. Now Rowan has to deal with the Rockets' offensive attack here. Apparently there has been a penalty, though. One that doesn't really look like Rowan has been able to take advantage of. Next 30 seconds, Rowan has man advantage, but it doesn't look like it's mattered much so far as Rowan has struggled to get anything going in this power play. Under 12 minutes now. Polis. The Kaz shot, that goes wide. That'll be sent all the way back down, and with that back to even strength. 5-2 the score, 12:15 left here in the third. Rowan, one last gasp here to try and come back. That goes wide.
Toledo has taken full advantage since the glass incident. Since Wilworth forechecking into the boards, and really Toledo is just taking advantage and more energy, it seems like, than the Profs out there. They really wanted to get back in the game, really retake the lead, and they have done so.
Shot there, knocked away by Cherney. This one back to the neutral zone. It'll be Fowler. Sent to the center by Nikolai. Back to Fowler. Right there was Zach Bourne cherry picking, but to no avail. .11:14 left. Here come the Rockets. It'll be Brett Bain. To Bourne, back to Bain. Shot saved by Riley, kicked away. Sent back into the corner. Cross ice to Doherty. He's had to lug a lot of minutes in this one with a thin defensive core. It'll be Zach Bourne, one last chance and score, and that'll do it. 10:47, it looks like Toledo has scored that last goal they needed on the road to Utah.
Zach Bourne, the other B we were talking about. Bain has 2 goals in this game, and Zach Bourne gets his first. Coming in transition, odd man rush. Bourne able to make some moves and put it through Cody Riley, finding the net. And a 4-goal lead now for Toledo.
Absolute shock here for Rowan fans as they're trying to find some way for the Profs to get back into this one, but the Rowan will have to score 4 goals in the next 10 minutes. It's starting to get into miracle territory, folks. Things are not looking good. Back to the blue line, now to the neutral zone. It'll be Slav Auction. Trying everything not to have his senior season end here in Warwick, PA. For Slav, he had worked all the way up from Division III. One of the lone players head coach John Caulfield has ever called up. Worked very hard to get into the conversation for top line consideration, but over recent weeks has finally cracked the starting lineup and has been very effective in terms of how much he has brought to this team offensively. For his senior season to end this way, it just would not taste good at all. Here comes Toledo. Shot on Riley, saved. 9:30 left here in the third period, 6-2 in favor of the Rockets. Shot save Riley. The neutral zone. Fowler off the glass. Curiali had it to Leshevsky to Nikolai. Knocked down by Leshevsky, sent around the boards. Doherty had it briefly, now on the attack goes Toledo. .8:33 left here in the third period.
This Profs team has fought hard all season, Benny, and I realize they're down 4 goals here in the third, but with 8:33 left to go, they're still going to fight hard. They really believe that they can try and pull this one out, but Toledo has just been too much for them in the latter half of this game.
Shot once again way high into the protective netting above the backside of the rinks around the net area. That one will cause a stoppage in play. This one coming back into Rowan's defensive zone. 8:30 left here in the third period. Shot, that one's knocked down. Here come the Profs. Everything they have left in the tank will be put out now. Save again by Riley. Face off won by Rowan. This one sent around to the near side boards. Rogers high. Trying to make something happen with Slav Auction. This one dumped in, handed down by the Rockets. Big check along the boards. Rowan trying to get something going here. With no avail. Shot, that one on Riley, knocked away. Here come the props. One last chance to get a goal under 7 minutes and 40 seconds now, but the Rockets' defense just looks too good. That one goes wide. For Wilworth, near side. Centering chance, one-timer, but that one whiffed. To Wilworth. Sending in, looking for McGahee, but just off on the same page there. Here comes Toledo again. Rips a shot. That one knocked high into the protective netting. 6:30 left here in the third period. 6-2 Rockets.
We apologize for the technical difficulties again, but not much you missed there. Toledo just keeps pounding the pressure, rolling with a couple of chances, but they are down 4 here in the third.
Rather somber mood for the Profs right now. One-timer knocked away. To the neutral zone. Schickner. Back to Slav Auction. Cross ice tipped by Polis, but this one recovered by the Rockets. Sent in. Auction. To Brennan shot. That one knocked down. Wayne Brennan, his final season with Rowan. He graduates in May and will not be thus allowed on the team anymore. Will always be welcome back, though. Such an unbelievable character in terms of value to the team and a great team captain and a team leader.
Wears the C on his chest for a reason. On ice, off ice, he's a true leader, and it shows through the goal scoring. He's always there for his teammates. Really led this team to have one of their best seasons, if not the best of the program. While we're on the subject of seniors, Benny, why don't you talk to us about some of your favorite moments from the season?
I have to say, definitely number one is definitely the outdoor game. I loved playing Villanova up in Navesink. Take a brief pause really quick as it looks like 2 Rockets are coming off the ice after some after-the-play issues, and the refs will go and talk this over. But, yeah, I have to say, definitely the outdoor game. That was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and a great game to be a part of. Of course, you ever want to catch that, it's on YouTube. Between that, I'd like to also add the Pacula Arena trip. That was just so cool to go up to Penn State and see that beautiful facility with you and Jose Batista. Obviously, my first game means a little bit. So I have to say, University of Delaware game at Gold's Arena was definitely very interesting. Sitting up in the crowd as we normally have to do on road games, but it was especially interesting because of kind of the fans around us having some fun with us. It was myself, Thomas Napoli, and Jose Batista, and the mother of the goalie, Lois Brotman for University of Delaware, was sitting next to me, and she was yelling at me all the time, "Oh, my son's really good, my son's really good." And her husband, I believe, was also taking, I believe, Thomas DiNapoli's notes, which was especially entertaining. It's always interesting when you have fans interacting with talent or the athletes. It's just such a cool little experience, and I thought it was just such a fun little story. Face-off won here by the Rockets. This one sent around. Rowan has a two-man advantage and the opportunity they oh so desperately need to cut the lead here, but down 4 goals, they'll need more than just 2 scores here. They'll need much more. Polis. Back to Polis, shot wide. Set around and Bain will clear it all the way down. Under 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's now down into miracle territory. Minute 20 left in the man advantage, or the two-man advantage for Rowan. Shot, save, Cherney. And Brett Leshevsky was shoved. And to Zach Cherney, who it's knocked away. .504 left in the last period before Toledo starts making travel arrangements. And it looks like Rowan down 6-2. Maybe going home unhappy, though they have to hold their heads high for such an amazing season it's been for Rowan Ice Hockey. Centering try. Nikolai. To Doherty. Rip shot, save Cherney.
You know, this is a Rowan team who they should be very proud of themselves. They started out the season, I think, around the 10 mark in the latter half of the rankings, and to come up and be in that 5, 6, 7 area for the whole season and ending up at 5 to be in regional contention, to knock off Delaware after you lose to them in the MAC championship. Not the way you wanted to end that tournament, but to come back and score 7 against Delaware, get back at the Blue Hens and pick up that victory to have a shot to play here today. They showed a lot of effort this whole season, and really, as much as this season's going to end, there's going to be a lot of drum up for next season. It's going to be very interesting to see some of the rivalries that have evolved throughout the MAC, as well as here in the regionals.
The highest rankings they've ever reached at the end of a season was 5, and that was this year. Furthest they've ever gotten in the MAC tournament. They've gotten in this far in regionals before, but to be oh so close and to just not be able to take care of Toledo is heartbreaking, but nonetheless, you have to look at the season for what it is. 20 wins, 5th ranked in the region. To get that close to the MAC title, it's so impressive, and something that a lot of incoming students into Rowan that are interested in playing hockey have to take into consideration. This is a hockey team on the up and up. And while I am interested and very excited to take the next step in my life, I will say that if I could stay around for one more year to watch this Rowan Ice Hockey team take it to the next level, it would definitely be worth it, but unfortunately I will not be around. You guys get the benefit of that. .330 left here in the game. Shot there by Slav, knocked down. Off the glass. Here comes Shane Brennan. Shot saved by Kearney. Cherney again. This one wide again. 3 minutes left. Rowan doing everything they can, but right now it just looks like Toledo is the much better team. Down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Fowler brings it up. Into the corner. Working it out. In front, opportunity knocked away. Centering try again, shot, put back opportunity, and somehow not score. Down to 2 minutes left. This shot into the low zone, pass looking for a Toledo Rocket. Here comes Robert Wilworth. Kept alive by Slav Auction. Rip shot, that goes high. Four of the 5 seniors are on the ice right now. Now all 5 are. Tyler Glassman, Tyler Schickner, Slav Auction, Logan Rogers, and Shane Brennan. Consummate professionals they are. It is an absolutely heartbreaking way to go.
What an excellent gesture by Coach Caulfield, though, to put all the seniors on the ice at once, and they're probably going to finish out this game. What a moment.
Down under a minute left to the neutral zone. Toledo hands it down. For what this game has been and everything that we've seen, Brennan comes off the ice for Polis. This has been an outstanding game, one that we have to give credit to Toledo. They have definitely earned the right to Utah. For Rowan, they were oh so close. The most successful season they have, couldn't do it. But for Toledo, under new head coach Daniel Conway, they are going to Utah. Congratulations to the Toledo Rockets. They have certainly earned it, beating the Rowan Profs 6-2 here in Warwick, PA. Excitement for one side, heartbreak for the other. So certainly deserving is Toledo. On the other side, you have Rowan. Seniors having played their final game. But nothing, of course, to hang their heads about. They had an unbelievable season.
Absolutely incredible the way this team, every single game, you can say, I'd say, to go out and play with so much heart, so much passion, every single one of those players. And we hear it on the bus rides, we hear it all the time, even on campus during the week. We're able to hear from these guys, and really they have a lot of heart for the game and really play with a great team effort. They have nothing to be ashamed of. This was a great season for Rowan Hockey. The women's team winning their league championship, really the whole program. D3 made a statement. And for the Rowan team, for this Division II team to come out and play the way they did as a team, to go so far as they have nothing to hang their heads on. Excellent season for the Profs.
Well, it wasn't the game we wanted to bring you, but it is the end of our run here with Rowan Hockey. For myself, Benny Pinella, Cody Decker, Thomas Napoli, and once and for all, the RTN crew, we, for one last time, say thank you very much for watching this production of Rowan Ice Hockey here on rtnch5.com/live, RTN Lite. Tune in next season as it will be Cody and Thomas bring you Rowan Division II ice hockey action. Well, for one last time, I would like to say thanks to everyone, every fan for listening, every person for tuning in. You have given me so much joy and so much happiness to do this, and over my 4 years of being able to do this, starting with Rowan Radio and coming to RTN, it has just been such an unbelievable privilege to not just work with the people that I've worked with and call the games I've called, but to experience the experiences I've experienced. It's definitely touching and something I'll miss for sure. So thank you once again. And for myself, Benny Pinella, everyone else involved, we want to say thank you. And unfortunately, the season went the way it was in the ending, but we enjoyed the ride every last bit. Cody, any final words?
Benny, we're going to miss you big time. You taught me and Thomas everything we need to know about broadcasting and starting us out here with hockey. And when the opportunity came forth, we were full circle. We were committed to this, and you depended on us. You've given us every opportunity we possibly could, play-by-play, color, sideline, whatever it was. You gave us every opportunity. And on behalf of Thomas and myself, we thank you for everything you've ever done for us, everything you've done for RTN. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to the club. It means a lot to the network, the entire college, all the work you've put in, every sport, every studio show. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to the club. Thank you very much.
Once again, for myself, Benny Pinella, Cody Decker, Thomas DiNapoli, this is the end of Rowan's season, but always have next year. And Rowan, though they're losing 5 seniors, a lot of the juniors get older. Next year may be the year. We'll see. We have an entire year to think about it, an entire year to cover the offseason of Rowan Ice Hockey. But for now, congratulations once again to the Toledo Rockets as they have punched their ticket to Utah. Rowan unfortunately falling 6-2 here in Warwick, PA.
This has been a presentation of the Rowan Television Network.